Hi everyone, I'm Apollonia Ponti, your dating and relationship coach, founder of ApolloniaPonti.com, and welcome to today's video. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I welcome you and I'm so happy you're here. And in today's video, we are going to talk about what is self-respect. And as you know, if this is not your first time visiting, I am your dating and relationship coach for you men to go confidently in the direction to boost your attraction skills and master your confidence in your love lives when dating or in a relationship. I've gotten so many topics about Apollonia, what is self-respect? Apollonia, how do I have self-respect? Apollonia, how do I find my purpose? Which I'm going to do a video about how to find your purpose, and I'll put it up here in the card. But I wanted to specifically dedicate this video to the viewer that requested, a couple of viewers that requested this. And let's get started right now on what self-respect is. I'm going to give you the definition of what self-respect is, but I'm also going to break it down into how this can impact your relationships and when you're dating women. Self-respect means you're proud of who you are, even with the mistakes you've made in the past. It means looking yourself in the mirror and thinking, this guy has his shit straight, basically. While you reflect on your past life, you should smile and think, man, I'm awesome. It means not using alcohol, drugs, or violence to solve your problems, to overcome and oppress those who bring you down. Whatever hurts you only makes you stronger. It's to think that you're a good person, but not to the point of arrogance or narcissism. You don't have to be the smartest kid in your class. You don't have to make millions of dollars a year. And you don't have to be popular to have self-esteem and self-respect. All right, I was doing so much research on how I was looking at just the modern dictionary and giving you the clarification on self-respect, but this actually came from the Urban Dictionary, urbandictionary.com, and this is the best definition for a man that I have seen about self-respect ever. And this is what I talk about all the time in my coaching sessions, in my videos, and when I talk about self-respect with men face-to-face in my workshops. And this is so clear. I'm gonna put the link to this in the description box so you guys can also read this after you watch this video. Now let's diagnose what this definition is, because this has a lot to do with what I'm gonna tell you in this video. So the first line says, it means that you're proud of who you are and the man that you have become and the mistakes that you have made in the past. So when you have a certain amount of self-respect for you, you don't attach to the mistakes that you've made in the past. You just look at them as lessons. The difference here between, and this comes with self-esteem as well, the difference between this is sometimes men will have mistakes that they've made in their past, but everybody makes mistakes. This is how we grow. This is how we learn. But the difference here, in order for you to move forward, is that you don't attach. That's why the past is a past for a reason. You look at your mistakes as lessons that have showed up for you to get more clarity of who you are today. And you acknowledge this and you enjoy the fact that you've learned from these mistakes and look at where you are now. You always get good at finding yourself in this present moment of where you are without putting any harm or hate or negative aspects of who you should be in this moment. You are showing up in the best capable moment of who you are now, and you look at that and you have a mindset where you are proud of who you are. Now, the next line is also, I want to talk about we'll just call it tip number 2, is you, like the Urban Dictionary says, is you have your quote unquote your shit together. And I talk about being on your purpose, your purpose is a big thing in life, and it should be the number one thing for your life. And your purpose, I'll go into, and I'll put it again here in the card, but I go into that in that video, but I want to just be very clear. Your purpose can mean, you don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be an entrepreneur, but a purpose has to mean something. What is your purpose? Dedicating time to your church, dedicating time to your faith. What is your purpose? Being an entrepreneur, opening up your own business, learning how to become a race car driver. Well, that was out of left field. We're learning how to become a professional teacher when it comes to skiing part-time, or being the best teacher that you can in your full-time job. What is your purpose? You have to have something that motivates you, that encourages you, because when you don't have something in your life to look forward to, it can cause a huge lack into your self-respect and your self-esteem, because if you don't have self-esteem, you won't know how to implement the right boundaries in a relationship when it comes to self-respect. And a lot of times too, I'm mentioning that You can't really lean on drugs or alcohol to solve your problems, because a person with self-respect knows the difference. I'm not saying that you can't have that glass of wine when you have a hard day or that beer when you have a hard day. No, it's when you get overly intoxicated in order to just make your problems disappear. I know a lot of you have been there, and this is why I bring this up, is because think about it. You're not respecting your body, and you're not showing up in your pain. And in your pain is where a lot of our problems are solved. I talk about being the root. Let me clarify what I mean by this. And in life, you have to plant a seed, right? I'm going to break it down to this simple metaphor of a tree. You have to be a seed, and in order to be a seed, you have to be under. Under meaning your pain. What is your pain? You have to feel it. And then when your seed is planted, you clear out those weeds that are growing around it, and it blossoms into a tree. And this is because of growth. This is what you have to learn. But in order for you to grow, you have to be under. You have to acknowledge the pain, and you can't heal it by overdosing, and you can't heal it by having alcohol or drugs solve those problems just temporarily, because they're just going to come back. And also, it does not do well the next day, because the amount of alcohol that is fed boosts your body's dopamine levels and gets you excited. So the next day, the dopamine levels are an all-time low, which leads to depression. So having self-dignity for yourself, if this is for you, or self-respect for yourself, means like stop alcohol. There's a lot of clients that I've worked with, and I have package members that suffer, unfortunately, from addiction. So they go to addiction therapists as well, getting coached by me. And a lot of them are in the process of stopping drinking or whatever they're addicted to. And I speak about this because I do this firsthand with my clients, and I've seen such a shift in my clients, and I'm sure the guys that have those packages that with me, they know exactly what I'm talking about right now, because there's a few of them that aren't drinking right now because of the fact that they're trying to be more powerful as a man, overcome their obstacles so they can get that self-dignity, self-respect in that relationship and be on their purpose, which is so valuable, and that's why I'm breaking it down for you. Now, I'm rambling on, so let me continue what we're saying. You understand that you're a good person too. So another tip would be that you aren't arrogant in a way that you are disrespecting other people or being the loudest person in the room. You're just so humble in your roots of who you are. Your tree is planted, it has grown, and you are blossoming, and you're like, look at me, son, right? That is what I'm talking about. That is the difference between a confident man and an arrogant man. And you're not out there to prove yourself to anybody. You're just showing up on your life, on your purpose, on what it is that drives you every single day. And your mindset, you have a clarity of, I will get this woman, or I have the woman, or whatever it is, I will get to this spot. You never give up, and you keep on pushing, and you push, and you try, and you try. And there's so many people that fail when they try. And this is the biggest thing, is don't give up. We always can fail, but the thing about this is the more that we don't give up, the failures tend to disintegrate. So keep on pushing. And lastly, in regards to the self-respect, is such a huge topic, and you don't have to be a millionaire, and you don't have to be rich. Unfortunately, there's so many men that have a fixed mindset that they think that they have to be rich in order to get a woman. And because you think like that, you will still be attracting the same woman that are only attracted to wealth and money, because of the fact that your energy is presenting this, so you will attract it. Until you overcome your feeling or your thought of that all women want money, all women want a millionaire, all women want a man that's rich. No, a woman wants a man with confidence and a man that's on his purpose, and puts her on a priority when it comes time that she should be a priority. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and help out other men below on the comments, just not me. I love for you guys to interact with each other below in the comments. And I know a lot of men can sometimes suffer from this in their early 20s and even to their later 40s, 50s, 60s. It doesn't matter. All men are here to encourage each other, and I want you guys to help each other out, because I want you to share your story on how you gain self-respect so you can show other men that it is possible. And as always, I'll see you again in the next video, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.